Look, people used to call Wimbledon Center Court my living room, and I meant it. At 17, I won there, came back the next year, won again. Then 89. 7 finals total, 7 times walking onto that grass, thinking it belonged to me. But here's the thing about living rooms. Sometimes people break in. Sometimes they come into your house and beat you on your own carpet. And those losses, God, they hurt more than anything. People want to hear about the victories. Sure, those were great. But you know what I actually remember? What keeps me up at night even now? The 5 guys who made my life absolute hell. The ones who showed me that talent alone was never going to be enough. I've learned more from my defeats than my victories. That's not just something nice to say, it's the truth. And these 5, they taught me everything about who I really was. So let me tell you about them. Stefan was my opposite in every way. I was fire, throwing myself across the court, screaming at myself when I missed. Stefan was ice, calm, elegant. Made serve and volley look like some kind of art form. We played 35 times. I won 25 of them. So on paper, I dominated him, right? Wrong. Stefan beat me when it mattered most. And that's what kills you. 3 consecutive Wimbledon finals, 88, 89, 90, 3 years in a row. We met for the championship. He won 2 of them in my living room, on my grass, where I was supposed to be unbeatable. The worst one was 90. I won the first 2 sets, 2 sets to love. I could taste the trophy. And then Stefan did what Stefan always did. He just never gave up, never panicked. Set 3, set 4, he clawed back. Then the 5th set, and I watched everything slip away. That's what made him so dangerous. He didn't overpower you, didn't try to outmuscle you. He just outlasted you with perfect placement, perfect touch. While I was bombing serves and diving for winners, he was quietly putting balls exactly where I couldn't reach them. We faced each other in Davis Cup finals too, Germany versus Sweden, both times, everything on the line. Those matches were wars, absolute wars. But here's the thing, and I mean this, I never disliked Stefan, not once. There wasn't a single moment where I thought, I hate this guy. He was fierce, he was tough, but he was also genuinely good. We had respect for each other, real respect. Even after he beat me in those Wimbledon finals, even after those crushing defeats, I couldn't help but admire him. You know what Stefan taught me? That power and aggression can win you matches, but precision and mental strength win you championships. Sometimes the quietest opponent is the most dangerous one. He didn't need to scream or smash rackets, he just needed to be Stefan. And that was more than enough. Looking back now, those battles with Stefan made me better. They showed me my limits. They proved that being the strongest guy on court doesn't mean you're the best guy on court. And that was a hard lesson to learn, especially when you're Boris Becker and you think power is everything. Ivan was a machine. I mean that in the most terrifying way possible. This guy didn't have bad days. He didn't wake up feeling off. He didn't party the night before and show up sluggish. Every single time you faced Ivan, you knew exactly what you were getting. Powerful ground strokes, relentless consistency, mental toughness that could break anyone. We fought for number 1, battled all over the world. And here's the strange thing, he beat me more times overall, 11-10. But when it came to Grand Slam finals, I won all 3. Wimbledon 86, the US Open 89, Australian Open 91. 3 major finals, 3 wins for me. But don't think those matches were easy. God, they were brutal. Ivan said something about me years later that was absolutely true. He said I was very powerful, that I could control points, but then he added, Boris was hot and cold. And he always played me at the end of tournaments when I was hot. If I was cold, I would have lost earlier, but if I was hot, now he's playing me at my best. That was the problem with Ivan. He knew me too well. He understood that I was inconsistent in a way he never was. The US Open final in '89, I knew going in, if I don't finish this quickly, he's going to grind me down. Make me play an extra ball every point. Force me to be perfect for 4 sets, maybe 5. And perfection was never my thing. But somehow, on those big stages, I found it. I had to become the machine to beat the machine. Against Ivan, there was no room for emotional Boris, temperamental Boris. I had to lock in mentally in a way that didn't come naturally. No room for mistakes, no room for the hot and cold nonsense. That's what made beating him so satisfying. It proved I could rise up under pressure. When my back was against the wall, when the stakes were highest, I could find that version of myself that was consistent, mentally tough, that could match his intensity. Ivan taught me something crucial. Talent gets you far, but consistency gets you to number one. He was the living proof of that lesson. And beating him in those slam finals, that showed me I could be consistent when it mattered most. I just couldn't do it every week like he did. Pete was the upgraded version of me. Everything I did well, Pete did better. Same power serve? No, his was more precise. Same volleys? About equal. Movement? That's where he killed me. Pete moved like a cat. I moved like a guy throwing himself at balls and hoping for the best. Our head-to-head tells the whole story. 12 wins for him, 7 for me. But it gets worse. At Wimbledon, my living room, my sacred space, he beat me all 3 times we played Grand Slams there, all 3. What drove me crazy about Pete was that he had all my strengths, but none of my weaknesses. I was hot and cold. Pete was consistent. I was emotional, smashing rackets, yelling. Pete was ice. I loved the parties, the nightlife, being a celebrity. Pete just wanted to play tennis and go home. Let me tell you about Hanover in '96. ATP finals in Germany. My country, my crowd. I was playing the best tennis of my life that week. The stadium packed with Germans screaming my name. I had momentum, home court advantage, everything going for me. Pete still beat me in 5 sets. Standing on that court, serving for crucial points, hearing the crowd roar, looking across the net at Pete. Someone said once that when he prepared to serve, he looked 3 meters tall. It's absolutely true. There was something about his presence, his confidence, his certainty that he was going to win no matter what. Eurosport ranked that match the greatest in Masters history later. 5 sets of incredible tennis, back and forth, crowd going insane. And in the end, Pete found a way. He always found a way. The worst part, at Wimbledon finals against him, I couldn't break his serve, not once. Can you imagine that? You're Boris Becker, you won Wimbledon 3 times, you have one of the best returns in the game, and you cannot break his serve, not one time. That's the difference between great and greatest. Pete showed me what true dedication looked like. I was talented, I worked hard, I trained seriously, but Pete, he was obsessed. Tennis wasn't just his job or even his passion, it was everything. No distractions, no shortcuts, pure focus on being the best. Sometimes I wonder if I'd lived like Pete, if I'd said no to the parties, dedicated myself completely, could I have won more? Probably. But then I wouldn't have been Boris Becker. I would have been a copy of Pete. And the world already had one of those. Pete taught me that talent has limits, dedication doesn't. That's a hard lesson when you're the one losing. Andre has the worst head-to-head against me of any top rival. 10 wins for him, 4 for me. But here's the crazy part. I won the first 3 matches we played. 3 in a row in 88 and 89. I thought I had him figured out, thought I knew how to beat him. Then something changed. After those first 3 wins, I only beat him 1 more time in the next 9 matches. 1 out of 9. I couldn't figure it out. How was Andre returning my serve so well? How did he always seem to know where I was going? It drove me insane for years. Then, after I retired, Andre told me the secret. My tongue. My damn tongue was telling him where I was serving. Wide, my tongue went one way. Down the middle, another way. He'd been reading my serve the entire time by watching my tongue, and he never told me. Not during our careers, not when we were competing. He kept that secret for years and only told me after I couldn't do anything about it. When he finally told me, I didn't know whether to laugh or throw something. Part of me was angry, all those years wondering what I was doing wrong. Part of me was frustrated. How many matches did I lose because of my stupid tongue? But another part, the competitor in me, had to respect it. That's genius. That's attention to detail at the highest level. Andre paid attention when nobody else did. He studied me, found the tell, exploited it ruthlessly for the rest of our careers. While everyone else was focused on the big picture, Andre was watching my tongue. That's why he's Andre. Our relationship wasn't warm. We had issues, personal issues. After I beat him at Wimbledon in '95, I said some things in the press that hurt him. Then at the US Open that same year, when he beat me in the semis, the handshake at the net was ice cold. He barely looked at me. Later he said I had bothered him on a personal level, that he had no intention of respecting someone who tried to hurt him. Fair enough. I probably deserved that. I made mistakes with my words back then, still do sometimes, but I'm better now. But here's what I can't deny. Andre was phenomenal. Even knowing he could read my serve, those rare times I beat him felt incredible. And the losses, now I understand why they happened. The lesson Andre taught me is simple. Details matter. Tiny things change everything. Most people look at the obvious stuff. Andre looked at my tongue. That's the difference between good and great. Michael wasn't my toughest opponent. He didn't beat me the most times. But that Wimbledon final in '91, that one stays with me differently. July 7th, 1991, 2 Germans in the Wimbledon final, whole country celebrating, Princess Diana watching from the royal box. And I'm playing in my living room, going for my 4th Wimbledon title. Should have been perfect, right? The umpire made a mistake at the end. Out of pure habit, he announced, "Game, set, match, Becker." Stadium went silent. Then he corrected himself. "Game, set, match, Stich." Michael had beaten me in straight sets. Here's what bothered me most. I couldn't figure out why I lost. Michael was my Davis Cup teammate. We practiced together that week. We talked every day, and maybe that was the problem. Maybe being friendly with him held me back somehow. When I played Stefan, Ivan, Pete, I wanted to destroy them. Not in a hateful way, but there was fire, there was war. With Michael, I didn't have that feeling. I kept asking myself during the match, is this holding me back? Would it be different if my opponent was someone else? I had no grudge against him. Maybe I needed that grudge. I couldn't find my rhythm, couldn't find my intensity. The German media loved comparing us They called me the world star, Michael, the world-class player. I was loved, he was respected. One newspaper wrote that Germans loved me because I was how they wanted to be, but they didn't like Michael because he was how they actually were. I was emotion and power. Michael was analytical, strategic, complete opposites. The irony, 1 year later, we won Olympic gold together in doubles at Barcelona. We weren't close friends, barely talked off court, but on court, we were perfect partners. That proved something. You don't need to be friends to succeed together. You just need to be professional. Michael taught me about overconfidence. I thought Wimbledon belonged to me. Thought my history there, my connection to that court, guaranteed me something. Michael proved that tennis doesn't care about your history. The court doesn't remember what you did last year or 5 years ago. Every match is new. Every opponent is dangerous. Never, ever underestimate anyone, even your own countryman, especially your own countryman. That loss hurt my pride more than anything. Not because Michael wasn't good, he was excellent, but because I thought I was entitled to win. And in tennis, nobody's entitled to anything. You earn it every single time, or you lose. That's what Michael taught me. These 5 players didn't just beat me, they showed me who I really was. Stefan taught me that power isn't everything, that finesse beats force sometimes. Ivan showed me the value of consistency, that being great every day beats being brilliant some days. Pete proved that dedication trumps talent, that discipline will always outlast natural ability. Andre demonstrated that details matter. Pay attention to the small things. And Michael reminded me that overconfidence kills, that no court belongs to anyone. Looking back now at 58, I see what these rivalries really were, mirrors. Each one reflected something I lacked, something I needed to see about myself. Ivan was right, I was hot and cold. Michael exploited my emotions when I couldn't get fired up. Pete showed the gap between my dedication and true obsession. Andre found my tells because I wasn't paying attention. Stefan beat me with precision when I relied too much on power. I said something once that makes more sense now. I drew my strength from fear of losing. I don't remember the games I won, only the games I lost. These 5, I remember every loss, every painful moment, every time they exposed my weaknesses. But I wouldn't change it. 6 Grand Slams, Olympic gold, Davis Cups, great achievements. But these battles, these losses, these rivals who pushed me and beat me, they made me Boris Becker. Tennis isn't about winning everything. It's about the opponents who force you to become better even when they're defeating you. These 5 did exactly that. And I'm grateful.